Supporters call it Strong Start Tucson. Opponents call it a permanent tax increase that you'll soon be voting on. News 4 Tucson's investigator Nick Vinzan joins us now with a look at Proposition 204.
Proposition 204 would fund early childhood education within the city of Tucson, but it would also be a permanent tax increase. Both Ted Maxwell and Penelope Jacks represent groups who say they support education. Only one of them supports Proposition 204.
This initiative is just not good policy, it's not a good law, and it's got some significant flaws.
There are 14,000 3- and 4-year-olds in Tucson. Only about 1 in 5 of them attends high-quality preschool, and we want to change that.
The main points Jacks and Maxwell disagree on are cost, who benefits, and how taxpayer money gets spent. As for cost, Prop 204 would raise $50 million for early childhood education programs through a half-cent sales tax increase.
It will change preschool for children in Tucson. It will really make a difference. It's not a drop in a bucket. It is an opportunity for Tucson to lead.
Leading comes at a comparatively high price, though. Both Denver and San Antonio have similar programs, but at 1/6 of a cent and 1/8 of a cent, their tax rates are less than half of what Tucson's would be.
This is an additional half-cent, which would mean the change in the Tucson city sales tax for the year was a 50% increase. We believe that's just an actual burden on many of the families that the proposition aims to help.
Maxwell says another problem is Prop 204 would only apply to Tucson residents, leaving out many children who would later attend Tucson area schools.
All of our children deserve the opportunity to be educated.
So some people say, oh, well, if we can't do it for everybody, let's not do it for anybody. That seems to me to not make sense.
As for how that $50 million will be spent, people opposed to the program say that's ill-defined. But the initiative says Tucson's mayor and city council will select an independent commission to oversee the program and make sure that 92% of all money raised goes to financial aid.
It essentially asks the voter to approve a half-cent sales tax, $50 million a year, yet gives no indication of how those funds are going to be used to achieve their objective.
Kids are the can that gets kicked down the road year after year. Every year we don't do this, 8,000 kids will be sacrificed. We could wait for the state, we could wait for the federal government to do it, but we could wait forever.
Now, a vote on Proposition 204 is scheduled along with the general election on November 7th. Now, if you have a story you'd like us to investigate, email us at investigators@kvoa.com or call 520-955-4444. For News 4 Tucson, I'm Nick Vinzan.